Now, you are welcome to this channel. We want to solve question on domain and range using FX991AS plus. And you are welcome to this channel. Say the word, find the range and the domain, or the domain and the range of the following functions. You have two questions to solve here quickly. F is equal to what? 3 divided by what? 3x minus 12. Now, first, what we are going to do, the step 1 of what you are going to do is to press your mode. Press your mode, you see something like this appear on your calculator. Now you would press number 7, which is table, to show you fx equals to, that means fx equals to what value do you want to put there. Then you input your value, which is your word up. Your numerator value is 3 divided by what denominator value is what 3. To bring x out, you press alpha close bracket, then minus what 12. Now it will ask you for the start value. What do you want to use as a start value? The start value is or what? Let's say we use minus 5, as I've said. Let's use minus 5. What will be our end value? Let's use 6 as our end value. Now 6 is our end value. What will now be the steps we want to take for us to get from minus 5 to 6? What will be the next value? What will be the difference? Let's say difference of 1 is the step. So this one will now be what? Minus what? 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Now we have our values already. What now? What is our first value for minus 5? We have what? Minus 0. What? 1, 1, 1. Okay. Second value is what? Minus 0.125. The third value is what? Minus 0.142. That is for what? Number 3. I think that number 3 is minus 142. Let's scroll down. You can use this one to scroll down. Minus 2 is what? Minus 0.165. Then you go scroll down again. Minus 1. What will be our minus 1? Minus 1 is what? 0.2. Minus 0.25. Minus 0.333. Minus 0.5. That's 2. Minus 0.5. Okay. We have minus 1 for 3. Then we have error for 4. 5, we have 1, and 6, we have 0. What? 5, and so forth and so on. Now, if you check this particular table clearly, you see that from the calculator, the part that gave us an error is what? This aspect of what? 4. It means that if you continue like that to operate it, you will discover that all other value we have a specific value except what? 4. So in that case, I will say all real number except 4. That means our answer for the first question will be what? All real numbers. Real number except what? 4. So we can write it as what? Minus infinity to what? To what? 4. Union what? 4 to plus infinity. So this will be our answer to the question. Now, let's go to question number 2. I believe you are getting it. Now, question number 2 says that what? Fx or f of x is equal to square root of what? Of s squared minus 16. Now, this one now, let's take it back. Press your mode, then press number 1. So you take it back again. Now, having done that, now you now what? Press mode again. Back, we'll go back again. Press number 7. Then you input your value, which is what? Square root of what? Let's say alpha what? Close bracket s squared minus 16. You have input your value. After pressing your mode, input your values. Now, having done that, you have to choose a start value. Let's also choose our minus 5. Let's choose minus 5. Okay, minus 5 as the start value. Let's take 6 as the end value. 6 as the end value. Now what will be the step by step number? How will the number increase, or by what amount will you want it to increase? Let's say increase by 1. Okay, we show us all the necessary value. So now we have gotten all the necessary value. I think I have -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6. Now, having done that, what is our first value? We have got 3, we have 0, then we have error for minus what? That means our 4 is what? 0, our 3 is what? Error. You see, now you scroll down with this press down button, okay? You see that you see error, 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 continue errors till we have what? Get to what? 4. Error continues until we get to what? It will stop at again at 3. Then you now start again 0. Now continue again 3 and what? And what? 0.4271. Now if you check the part where we have no what, where our error actually started from is from what? -3. That is to say that it's going to end at what? The number we are going to have will be ending at what? -4. That's where it's going to end. So we can say it's coming from infinity, negative infinity to minus, because this is coming from negative infinity to -5. Let's say -5. So negative infinity, sorry for that. Starting from negative infinity down to -4. -4 is our last value there. So when you do -4, then that is all. From negative infinity, we have a value till or get to -4. Then -3 downward does not have a value. There are errors down to 3. Then when you now got the what? That means you jump from that place. Let's say union to jump it. Then you now start from what? 4. 4. Jump from 4 to what? You will now continue to positive infinity. You will continue like that to have a value positive infinity. That is to say, don't forget that this is the input value and this is the output value. Output. So this is what? The input for this one also, and this is also the output value. So in this case now, we have gotten our domain for the two of them. The domain is domain, and this is also the what? The domain. Now let us find the range. How do we get the range now from what we have here? We want to get the domain, and I want you to listen. Now, for us to solve for the domain, we are going to look at the what? There is a value that was omitted when you move from, look at it, from -1 to 1. That means 0 was omitted. That means 0 in the output. 0 is not part of it. You understand me now? So in that case, 0 can never be produced. So 0 is missing. That means we are going to be traveling from -infinity, which is from up, down to what? -1. Then 0 will not be missing. That is for the range. Then union, then we will now take 0 again, because 0 is not part of it. When you see a bracket like this, 0 is not part of it. That means for the output, then to positive what? Infinity. That is our range here. Now you check the output here. Check the output here. You see that the least value here is 0. Check the output, the least value. If you check this value, you see that it's repeating itself. 3, 0, then errors for all this, then 0, then you have 3, then 0.1. So the least value here is 0. And I don't think we can have any other value, because this output now cannot produce a negative number. Having look at the square root, this is a radical function, cannot produce what? A negative number. That's why you will see that when we put -5, it gave us positive value. When you put -4, you see now, when you put 6, it's giving us what? So when you put negative value, when you put positive values, the least you can ever have, the value that you can have for the output is 0. So what we can now say is that y is greater than what? Equal to 0, because this is equivalent to y, which is y greater than equal to 0. We can also write it as what? Like this, then what? Plus infinity, open the bracket there, half open, So you can write it this way because it's starting from the least value is 0, and you can only have a higher value. Having considered that square root, there is no way a negative number can come out as output for this in a function that carries square root. What I'm saying is this: there's no way negative number can come out for as the output, as a result, that when you put any of the value of s, it will not come out as negative, because this is a radical function. So our answer is the domain of this is this, while the range is this, rather, while the domain is this one. Then the domain is for this is what? The domain is this, while this is the range. So I believe you have enjoyed the class. Like the buttons and subscribe if you know you enjoy it. Thank you.